And now a quick check of our starting lineups for both teams. First for the Trailblazers, Lillard and Matthews pair up in the backcourt. And playing at the center position, one of the Lopez twins out of Stanford, 7-foot banger, Robin Lopez. Then there's Batum, and it's Aldridge in at the power forward position. And looking at the Knicks, Felton is out there with Iman Shumpert. And in the middle, the 2012 Defensive Player of the Year, 7'1" rebounder, shot blocker, and leader Tyson Chandler. Then it's Anthony, and it's Bargnani in at the 4 spot. And so it's the Knicks getting on the board first. That's a 2 from Lillard, and it's out of bounds. The Knicks will take it the other way.
You know, for a long time, the Knicks were viewed as a young team on the rise, but when they added Rasheed Wallace last year, the average age went to 32, which was the oldest team in the league last season. And you saw it in their play. They were a group of veterans out there.
Back to Bargnani. Chandler with the screen on Aldridge. And here's Felton from the arc. Portland grabs the miss. And now Doris Burke has an update from the sidelines.
I had a chance to catch up with Mike Woodson. He talked about the respect he has for the game of LaMarcus Aldridge and how tough it will be for them to slow him down, saying Aldridge is tough because he can score facing up or with his back to the basket. And with his length, it's tough to bother his shot. We'll look to deny him the ball when we can and just try to make it as hard as possible every touch. Kevin, we'll see how successful they are.
Thanks a lot, Doris. And for the Knicks, the veteran leadership helped them at times as they had to go through some very tough stretches, Steve, due to injury.
Yeah, they did go through some stretches, but they really did well to secure the division title and get that high seed going into the playoffs. They had a pretty decent run all in all, but this is a team that has higher aspirations than just getting to the conference semis. Pleasure to watch him work at that end of the floor.
Now Lillard feeds to Matthews. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up.
Wes Matthews was undrafted out of Marquette back in 2009, but he ended up not only making the team in Utah, but starting as a rookie for the Jazz. He solidified himself as a quality wing in this league, and he's a tough defender. He can make the outside shot, and you always know what you're going to get from him at both ends of the floor.
And the dunk by Chandler. There it is, guys, that old defense. Just watching him go Clark right by.
I think we might be seeing which team is ready to take control of this game.
Yeah, that's a dunk that could absolutely get them going. I agree, Clark.
Count that one. Lillard's got 5 now. And Clark, you talked about the toughness for Wes Matthews until last season. You know, Steve, he had never missed a game.
250 straight games to start his career. He's battled through pain, but always trying to get the job done for his teammates. One of my favorite players in the league. Just a tough, physical player who can knock down threes. Somebody you want on your squad.
His dad played in the NBA for a while.
That's right. That's the kind of defense required when he's got the ball near the hoop. They were right in his face.
And Lillard kicks to Batum. A three-pointer, no good.
Kevin, I didn't like that defensive effort at all, but they're lucky he missed it.
Yeah, they were very lucky defensively because there was some miscommunication there. They left him wide open.
And the whistle blows on the backcourt violation. He went over and back.
Well, Blazers coach Terry Stotts is a branch on the tree of head coach George Karl, and that's a pretty good tree to be on. In his playing days, Karl coached Stotts in the CBA, and actually Stotts had a pretty good career in Europe.
Myers Leonard, he's checked in for Robin Lopez. Tremendous stuff from a guy, Clark, we think more of for his passing.
Yeah, but he's got tremendous leaping ability and a surplus supply, too.
Well, that's a great aggressive move and 2 big points, too.
And for Terry Stotts, after his playing days, he coached as an assistant with George Karl, both in the CBA and then with the Sonics and the Bucks.
And over 2 decades of coaching experience, Kevin. This is his 6th season overall as an NBA head coach. Remember, he coached the Hawks as well as the head man. But I thought did a nice job with Portland last season.
Now Felton, following the three-point attempt by Wesley Matthews. Just 5 on the clock. Here's Anthony. Gets it to go. Anthony's got his second basket of the night.
Well, there's a reason he's one of the top scorers in the league. Melo is so versatile offensively. He gets in that triple threat position, and then it's a kind of a pick-your-poison dilemma for the defender.
Well, he's got a honey-sweet stroke as a jump shooter. He's equally dangerous putting it on the ground or attacking the teeth of the D or going over top of a good defender. And we've seen it all the way back at Syracuse. This guy has gotten better with time, and he's one of the elite scorers we've seen in the league in a while. You know, at 33 and 49 on the season last year, the Blazers were well below 500, but they were a 500 team against the Eastern Conference.
Here's Udrich. Here's World Peace. It's good. This time the assist from Udrich. World Peace has got himself on the board with 3 there.
I like the offensive awareness to exploit that lack of coverage on that play.
Williams gets to Leonard. An easy layup after coming off the pick. Portland, as you said, was 500 against the East last season. They were 15 up and 15 down. You know, you look at how other teams with that record fared against the East, and Steve, 500 isn't bad.
Well, usually when you finish 16 games under 500 for the season, as the Blazers did, we don't go 500 against either conference. But, you know, they happen to just have a good matchup, apparently, with a lot of their Eastern opponents, and they did pretty well.
Batum covered by Anthony. And stolen by Udrich. 34 seconds left in the first. A shot by Anthony, no good.
Almost surprised that he had that much room to work with.
Outside Williams. No good on the 3. Now here is Smith. Quiet so far offensively, searching for his first points of the game. Udrich dishes to Carmelo. Goes up on the wing. It's a tie game in New York. And we'll be up to this point, a closely contested game as we start the second quarter. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from the Knicks?
They've done a nice job on the offensive boards here, guys, and I think that was the difference in that first quarter. Really pounding the offensive glass.
Well, they set the tone early with their mindset, their tenacity, and their hustle. I mean, that's the way they've come out, and it's served them well.
And keeping us updated from the sideline, let's swing it over to Doris Burke for an update. Hi, Doris.
Well, gentlemen, you recall around draft night, there were rumors that the Cavaliers were willing to trade both the #1 and #19 picks for LaMarcus Aldridge, but they were rebuffed by Portland. And it's easy to see why the Blazers would be reluctant to part with their franchise big man. But with Aldridge expressing unhappiness in Portland over the summer, you wonder if that's a decision they'll live to regret. Kevin?
No question, Doris. Everyone's got to be invested and on board, or it just doesn't work.
Well, for the Portland Trailblazers, a new training staff hired over from Oklahoma City. They let go of their previous trainer who'd been with the team for 19 seasons. You know, fair or not, I think the seat got hot after all the injuries that were really devastating this team.
And so it's New York with it. Mo Williams unable to get his shot to go. Here's World Peace, and it's sent back by Lopez. And here is Williams. Looking for his first basket still in this one.
And the lead goes right back over. This is a seesaw affair.
The game's there for the taking, but neither team seems to want it.
And for the Blazers, statistically the most injured team in the NBA, Clark, from 2009 through 2012.
And the new training staff is advanced in not just injury treatment, but injury prevention. And that's key, using strength bands, recording baseline measurements for muscle strength and flexibility, even using Eastern medicine. So they're not leaving any stone unturned.
Batum passes to Robinson. Outside for Batum. The feed to Wright. Robinson sets a screen for Wright. Traps in the tray. Wright's got 5 points so far. Clark and Steve, this tug-of-war game continues.
You know what? And they just keep flip-flopping the lead again and again and again.
Yeah, how about that last lead change, guys? That's number 7 for the game.
World Peace. And the Knicks hit again from deep.
Right back at you. They immediately get those 3 points back.
Trading punches. That's how you answer.
An almost entirely new group here for Portland. Portland trailing here. Lillard left side. Aldridge kicks to Lillard. Battles through traffic and lays it in. 9 points in the game so far.
And LaMarcus Aldridge, an all-star for the 3rd straight season. You know, looking back, he's really been the jewel of that 2006 draft class where he went 2nd overall.
And that's good from Bargnani on the assist by Smith. Bargnani's got his 2nd bucket of the game to go. Felton against Lillard. Outside Matthews. It's stolen by Iman Shumpert. And it's Smith penetrating. Great D that time from Batum.
Well, one of his issues is he's a player that just does not excel at fighting through contact on his way to the rim.
You know, Clark, you talk about Aldridge and what he's meant to the Trailblazers. Really the franchise player, Steve, in Portland. I think they look at him that way.
And for a team that had to rebuild on the fly after losing so many of their key players to injury, going back to Brandon Roy and Greg Oden, it's nice to see the Blazers bounce back and start to get Aldridge some help with guys like Damian Lillard and Batum and Matthews.
Here's Shumpert after the Trailblazers pick up 2. 6 on the shot clock. And it's sent back by Batum. And it's out of bounds. The Knicks able to retain possession here. New York calls timeout.
Guys, it was no secret that last season the Knicks were really a perimeter-oriented team. They had some solid inside players, but basically those inside guys were there to set screens and defend and rebound. It was up to Melo and the other perimeter guys to carry the offense.
And they forced the shot clock violation. Great D. Portland leading. Here is Lillard. He's got 9. Aldridge. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact, and he'll shoot 2. Well, Clark, back to what you said last year about the Knicks. Last in points in the paint. Only about a third of their points inside. Very little around the basket, Steve. It became an issue at times.
Well, it was an interesting group, Kevin. So many shooters. And Carmelo really represented their only low post threat. Even Tyson Chandler and his baskets were mostly offensive putbacks. So it was almost small ball all season long, but it was very interesting to watch.
Lillard dishes to Lopez. No luck. Felton with some nice D. Knicks trailed by 3. Let's check out what Doris Burke has for us.
Well, guys, J.R. Smith is a player who has faced his share of criticism over the years. Coming into last season, he said, I looked my career over and realized I never won anything. I'm lacking discipline. I have to show people a different side of me. That I can be more positive, humble, and be more of a team player as opposed to just trying to do everything myself. And it paid off as he won the 6th Man of the Year award. Coach Mike Woodson said, quote, I'm so proud of him. He bought in, he put in the time, and he worked his tail off. A great story, Kevin.
Well, you have to like that focus on the team first. Thanks, Doris.
And he's starting to pick things up here after a tough first quarter.
Lopez. A beautiful reverse layup. Lopez has got 6 in the quarter.
Some defensive breakdowns are starting to show up now. Their last 4 buckets allowed have come from very close range.
Giving up these easy chances is going to do wonders for their confidence.
Myers Leonard, he's checked in for Portland. Bargnani passes to Felton. It's blocked. 1:16 left in the first half of basketball. And Lillard kicks to Batum. No good from outside. Knicks trailed by 5. Smith outside. Chandler outside. Back to Smith. The finger roll finish at the bucket. Smith's got 7.
You know, something we're seeing less and less of these days, that little finger roll.
Lillard gets the screen from Leonard, and Lillard kicks to Batum. Drains it from beyond the arc. Batum's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3.
You know, with the time left, they can trade 2 for 1 here.
If they hurry.
The drive by Shumpert. And that comes off the assist by Wendy Felton. 32 seconds left in the first half. Lillard against Felton. The kick out to Matthews. Leonard dishes to Lillard. And again, it's the Trailblazers from deep.
He's been one of their more reliable options today, guys. I mean, his shooting has led them to this lead.
Smith with a screen on Aldridge. And it's Shumpert penetrating. Aldridge with the block. Out of bounds, Portland takes possession. 5 seconds left in the second quarter. Three-pointer, Lillard. What a play! Simply drains it in at the buzzer.
And that is simply a dagger on the way to the locker room. That three-point.
And now, brought to you by Sprint.
I hope you're enjoying
The Sprint Halftime Report, presented by Sprint.
And the second half about to start here in just a few moments.
Well, for a long time for the New York fans, going to see a Knicks game was an exercise in masochism, but they've turned it around in a big way, and now this is a tough place to play for a road team.
Here's Lopez. Aldridge. Pass to Lillard. Lopez sets a screen for Lillard. Into Lopez. Boom, he jams it straight down.
You know, Kevin, he never gives up on a play. That's what I love about him. He just is one of those guys who will bring effort and energy the entire 48 minutes.
And he really is a tough guy to go up against because he throws his weight around so often and with reckless abandon. I mean, it can really wear you down physically.
And Clark, that's what winning's going to do for you. The Knicks had the second-best home record in the East last season as they won 31 games here.
Well, you know, Kevin, there's so much mystique here in this building. Everybody loves to play in New York. It's the mecca for basketball in this country. And when NBA players come into New York, they can't wait to play against this Knicks team. And the Knicks, they want to defend their home floor.
And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Damian Lillard. That'll be his second foul of the game. And if you're just joining us, we played over a minute here in the third. Here's Bargnani. Drops one in from the wing. Bargnani's got 5 points now in the quarter.
His shooting has been so good today. He may have to take it upon himself to try to get his club out of this hole.
Trailblazers leading by 9.
And you look at Andrea Bargnani, he's always been able to shoot three-pointers. The biggest thing with him is developing his low post game, accepting contact and being physical, taking advantage of that size inside.
For Portland, they've gone 2 of 3 from the field to start the second half. Lillard, the pass to Matthews. And another 3 for Portland.
And their offense is flowing. It's clicking right now at the beginning of the second half. They've made 3 of their first 4 attempts.
New York's gone 4 of 8 tonight from three-point land, shooting 50% on the 3-ball here. And for Bargnani, developing a back-to-the-basket score mentality. Taken right from the Dirk Nowitzki playbook. Pretty important weapon.
Yeah, and Dirk has said it himself, Kevin. When you're just an outside shooter, your teams can really take that away from you. Being able to maximize your size inside, that's the key for Bargnani's development and maturation as a player going forward.
And the shot is good.
Everything's going right now. 4 for 5 shooting, 80%. They've got their offense clicking.
Felton with the ball. Lillard picks him up. Bargnani gets a screen from Chandler. And there's the foul. It goes on Wesley Matthews. That is his first foul of the game. Mo Williams is checked in for Damian Lillard. Not quite 2.5 minutes played here in the second half. That's good. 8 points for Carmelo Anthony.
And their solid play in the paint continues, guys.
Well, that's been the focus, Clark, as we've watched. I mean, they created one chance after another inside.
Back to Batum from downtown. No luck.
Well, that defense went from poor to no defense at all.
Well, you don't see him miss that shot very often. When he's open like that, it's usually lights out. You know, one of the big things that Iman Shumpert brings to the team is his pressure defensively on the perimeter. If you have a guard like him who can go out and bother ball handlers, it can really take an opponent out of its offense.
A different look now for Portland. Thomas Robinson, he's checked in for Lopez. And Darrell Wright has subbed in for Nicholas Batum. From deep, Williams. It's rebounded by New York. And Shumpert had that ACL tear in the 2012 playoffs, but after missing the first month and a half, Clark, I thought he bounced back pretty well.
I'd say he did. I mean, there was some concern. His game is really predicated on his athleticism at this point, but he looked pretty good. Not a great outside shooter, but he cut his turnovers down and showed he could still elevate for some spectacular finishes, and was not bad shooting the ball from the three-point line.
And New York making a change here. Felton's checked in. They'd love to get more of those, the easiest 2 points possible. And on a fierce finish.
Yeah, and that's exactly how they're going to cut into the lead, Kevin.
Yeah, that's why they've got to tighten up their D. And I'd be surprised if the defense allows any more free runs to the hoop like that.
And Matthews throws it down.
Tell you what, he can do a lot more damage to that rim than that when he wants to.
And you know, Clark, with the lead they're enjoying, I'm surprised he didn't put a little something extra on that one.
Me too.
Well, I think he did plenty of damage anyway. It was only with one hand, but he threw it down pretty hard.
You know, not really a significant margin in terms of them rebounding, but enough to get the job done.
Yeah, I mean, it's helping them get the lead. And if they can continue to rebound like this, I think they're going to be in pretty good shape. Well, a lot of basketball pundits, so to speak, would like to eliminate lottery pick protection outside the top 3 from trades. They feel it gives teams too strong an incentive to tank. You look at the Blazers last season, they owed their pick to the Bobcats. It was 13th or lower, and they finished the season 8-26 after going 500 at that point. So maybe a little suspicious.
Felton against Matthews. Ron Clark going back to the Blazers. They finished the season among the worst defensive teams in the entire league.
And that's where they've got to improve, Kevin. They did a decent job denying looks on the perimeter, but they didn't get blocks or steals, so not a real force defensively. And among the worst in fast break points and points in the paint as well, so they clearly have some areas they can shore up.
Williams attacking. Can't get it to go. Excellent D from Udrich. Knicks trail by 6. Here's Felton. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2.
In his return to New York, I tell you, Raymond Felton looked to have his best season yet as a pro. He came in and made plays and filled the void left at the point guard spot for the Knicks.
The Trailblazers making a switch here. Leonard's checked in. And for Felton, I guess just something in the water in New York. He's played his best basketball in the big city.
Yeah, he had a good run there several years back before he was traded to Denver as part of that Carmelo Anthony trade. And now that he's back in New York, Felton once again having a terrific impact on that team. More often than not today, those shots have not dropped for him. Boy, great job of attacking on the break.
Yeah, it sure was. He made a beeline for the bucket as soon as they got the ball. Right away, straight to the rim. I got yours, I got yours.
And Udrich kicks to Anthony. Chandler with the screen on Batum. And there's the foul. It's on Nicholas Batum. So that will be his second foul of the game. We're in the bonus. And we'll go to the line to shoot 2.
And you know where you'll see him put in the majority of his work is in the rebound battle. Puts a persistent physical effort on the glass. He is tough to box out.
Steve, another signature part of his game is the way he runs the pick and roll. He gets so many easy baskets that way. It's a play they should run for him as often as they can.
2 for 1 opportunity here if they want it.
That's what I do. Make sure you get a couple of shots here to close this quarter.
Here's Udrich. He's guarded by Williams. Stoudemire kicks to Felton. Shot clock at 6. Udrich for 3. And that comes off the assist by Raymond Felton. Felton has got assist number 7 for him tonight. Leonard sets a screen for Williams. Down low. Leonard kicks to Williams. And right away, they match it with a three-pointer of their own. Williams has got 5. Here's Udrich. Off target with that shot. And as we end the third quarter, a great game. Both teams playing well. And the final period of play just about to start. In a moment now to quickly take a look at the offensive approach for Portland.
Boy, their passing has been picturesque, a thing of beauty in both halves. More than a few of their baskets have come off assists.
And they continue to knock down the long-range three-point shot as well.
And Anthony gets it to go on the assist by Felton. Felton has got his 8th assist here tonight.
not too many of those shots were dropping for him in the first half, but it's been a different story here in the second.
Leonard attacking. A nice pick right there to get him right to the rack.
That's basketball 101, guys. I mean, elementary. Use the screen to free yourself and then take it straight to the rack.
Yeah, very nice set play for him.
Well, that's using your head and using your body.
And there's the foul. It goes on Wesley Matthews. That's his fourth foul of the contest.
That fourth foul might force him to scale back the aggression defensively a little bit. He does not want to pick up number 5.
Felton against Matthews. Chandler dishes to Stoudemire. No good.
That's an easy shot there. That's a shot that he should make more often than not.
Williams gets a screen from Aldridge. Williams kicks to Matthews. He used that pick to get in close.
You know, of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is major smash mouth basketball, guys.
Love it. Old school. Just physical play in the paint. Dominate.
Matthews against Felton. He kicks it to Chandler. And he goes strong with the one-handed jam.
Boy, that was a pretty feed from Raymond Felton.
A moment to check in with Doris Brick. Doris?
Yes, I had a chance to find out what the Trailblazers head coach was going over with his guys. He laid one thing out there for them, saying, now is the time to eliminate any chance of a mistake. We've got a good lead. Don't take any unnecessary risks or commit a silly foul. Smart basketball from here on out.
Batum, good.
You know, they've got to be careful not to give a shooter of his caliber open looks like that. 1 or 2 of those are all it takes to really get him going.
Outside, Felton. Back to Stoudemire. And stolen by Williams. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there.
Pretty bad defense letting the offense get right to the rim, but smart play to foul once he was there.
But you know it's going to happen. They sent a message right there. Nothing easy inside. There were only 3 teams in the East that had a positive record against the Western Conference, and the Knicks were one of them. When you have talent like this team does, it doesn't really matter where your opponent is from because you're going to be able to compete.
Felton kicks to Stoudemire. Dishes to Carmelo. Nails it with a hand in his face.
Now he's talented from that range. That's what separates him from a lot of shooters.
Well, Clark, as you mentioned, the Knicks against the West, when you have the offensive capabilities from deep that they did, you know, Steve, you're never really out of the game.
Yeah,
you should know.
Well, they could just shoot their way back into games very easily, and that's what they did a lot of times against some of those teams in the West. But you have to play well against the West if you want to win the division, and the Knicks were able to do that last year. And the defense just lets him go there.
And once he hit the open floor, there was no looking back, straight to the rack.
It's Williams with the drive. It's stolen by Smith. Oh, and here comes Smith all alone.
Textbook example there of how to use defense to create offense.
Yes, beautiful transition play after the steal all the way to the basket.
Wasted no time going from defense to offense.
Yeah, it feels like they're starting to pick up the intensity as the game itself starts to get a little more tight and close.
The kick out to Matthews. Outside Williams. Drills the three-pointer. Williams has got 5 points in the quarter.
I give him credit. He didn't have much confidence going in the first half, but he's picking up the pace here.
Felton kicks to Anthony. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
Melo having a terrific game. He's got 14 points and 1 steal.
Let's just take a moment to appreciate the all-around effort that he's put in here today.
The numbers tell the story, Steve. He is filling up just about every column of that box sheet.
And the Trailblazers making a change here. Lillard's checked in. Outside Matthews. Leonard sets a screen for Matthews. And that one's good. And that's now 20 points for Damian Lillard.
And what I like about him, he needs very little time to get his shot off. If he has just a bit of room, that's all it takes. In a catch-and-shoot situation, he's going to let it fly.
Steve, it has to be said here that he operates the pick and roll to perfection. I mean, he delights in running unwitting defenders or blindside kicking guys so that he can end up rolling into a basket.
Robin Lopez is checked in for Portland. Here's Lillard. Chandler with the block. They retain possession. A three for Matthews. Knicks with the rebound.
He certainly didn't take advantage of the poor defense, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
No, that's for sure, because this guy's too good of a shooter to miss that look consistently.
Smith for three. Nice D from Matthews.
It's been a great day for them on the boards, Clark. That's definitely been a major factor in building this big lead.
And, you know, from a number standpoint, the advantage might not be that large, but they have been manhandling them inside.
And if their last 5 makes, all have been from long range.
Yeah, the defense has not done a good job of pressing in and denying. I mean, they're hanging back, playing on their heels. They're not being the aggressors here, and the offense is taking advantage of it.
Amon Shumpert's checked in for the Knicks. Outside Anthony. Fires the three. New York, no good that time either. Portland leading by 14. Lillard attacking, and he banks in the layup. Lillard's got 5 points now this quarter.
And with that basket, you'd have to think this lead is safe.
Well, if not 100% safe, certainly 95%.
Chandler with the screen on Matthews.
Hey, right here.
Lillard against Felton. Got a piece of it. And it's out of bounds. The Knicks able to retain possession. A different look now for Portland. Thomas Robinson, he's checked in for Aldridge. Wright comes in for Nicholas Batum. And Mo Williams subbed in for Wesley Matthews. Stolen by Robinson. Williams attacking. Can't hit from in close.
And he continues to search for his rhythm. It's eluded him to this point.
Here's Udrich. And the layup's good off the glass.
Well, he's so good at recognizing where the openings are and getting the ball to the rim.
Williams up on top. Guarded by Shumpert. Williams passes to Robinson. And Shumpert pulls it down.
You know, that mid-range jump shot is not his strong suit, even when he gets a good look like that.
Udrich can't hit. Portland's gone 4-6 from beyond the arc in the fourth quarter so far. Lillard attacking. The shot from the low post is good.
Boy, you relish these sorts of road games where you come in and you get the job done.
In a long schedule with the kinds of pressure of travel and tough opponents throughout the season, it's always good when you play a game like they have here.
The open shot, world peace. Here's Shumpert. Nails it.
See the defense get caught standing around that time, giving up an easy second chance bucket.
Simply need more of an effort on the boards there, Steve.
And so Portland takes this one, but by a big margin. Some days, Clark, everything goes right for a team, and they just had one of those games.
Yeah, it certainly was. I mean, these guys played a great all-around basketball game here.
And that about wraps it up for Clark Kellogg, Steve Kerr, and Doris Burke. This is Kevin Harlan. Thanking you for watching the NBA, presented by 2K Sports. And now, Jordan presents our player of the game, Damian Lillard.